this thing working? Give me some sound over here.
Yeah.
The Out of Bounds Show is powered by the award-winning golf courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
All right, SEC Insider Hit this morning is brought to you by Mississippi Ag. Ag up with your next John Deere lawnmower. John Deere Lawnmowers, Mississippi Ag, 2 locations. Canton and Pearl in the metro area, 16 total. Mississippi Ag. John Deere Lawnmowers, John Deere Tractors. Great group of folks. AgUp.com. 16 locations. Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Big game tonight at the M-Braves ballpark in Pearl, Mississippi State and Southern Miss. And then good news that the M-Braves will have their season this year. And I think they kick it off around May 4th, but we'll know more here in just a second. We want to welcome in Pete Laven, general manager of the M-Braves. He joins us on the Shinerbach guest line. Pete, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Bro, good to hear from you, man. How are you?
Well, we're doing great. Good news yesterday from the governor. And so y'all opened it up another 1,500 tickets for tonight's game yesterday. Did they all sell out, or there's still some available?
I think there may have still been some available when I left the office a little bit ago, but they're going quick. But we're happy to be able to, provide a few more tickets. We'll be up around 50% capacity tonight, and I imagine, we'll be over 3,000, 3,400 tonight. Probably one of the largest crowds to see a college baseball game this year, maybe. Besides the Globe Life weekend. So,
and by the time the M-Braves walk me through this, Pete. The M-Braves season at home, at least, will start May 4th or somewhere around there.
Exactly. Yeah, Tuesday, May 4th. We open up against the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, 6:35 p.m. We're going to have 60 home games, 120-game season. The schedule's a little different this year, which I kind of like. There's no Monday games. Mondays are off, and then you play 6-game series, Tuesday through Sunday, home and road. So players are going to love it, just having that built-in off day on Mondays. And, that was kind of the goal with the new partnership with MLB, is just the health and wellness for the players, better travel and more off days and so on.
That's great. All right, so every Monday off, 6-game series, Tuesday through Sunday, and the M-Braves will kick it off in Pearl May 4th. We're visiting with Pete Laven, general manager of the Mississippi Braves, M-Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves. I bet you were happy when the news came down that y'all were going to have not only a season, but a 120-game season, Pete.
Yeah, it was, we were anticipating the announcement. There was a lot of back and forth with MLB, whether, their regular season when it was going to start on time and if spring training was going to start on time. So once we knew that, they then just decided to kind of stagger spring training since, all the affiliates train at the same complex in Northport, Florida. So they started off with major leaguers and AAA, the 40-man roster guys. So about 75 players are there now. Just had their first home exhibition yesterday. And when they break for regular season, the AA, M-Braves guys and the single A guys will go down and train for about a month and then arrive in Pearl a couple days before May 4th.
That's awesome. Visiting with Pete Laven, general manager of the M-Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, and they'll kick off their season May 4th in Pearl and they will play 60 home games. So we're talking nachos, cold beer, all kinds of family fun or clients fun, and beautiful ballpark. They're hosting, obviously, Mississippi State and Southern Miss tonight, and you'll want to look into everything that they're doing for the season. Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, and Pete Laven joins us on the Shinerbot guest line. Now, Pete, you were able to witness up close, how good my arm is when I threw out the first pitch, not this last year, but the year before. And so is everything in the works for me to throw BP to Ronald Acuna at some point during spring training?
Man, I don't know. I mean, that was like 2 years ago, so we'll have to get another look at you probably. I mean, we're talking like, what was that, April 2019?
Yes.
I don't know, Blake, if
yes.
you can, see him make a couple throws in studio and get back to me.
Look, I just want to know if that ballpark has ever seen a 57-mile-per-hour left-hander throw whatever kind of change-up pitch to the – I mean, do you think that ballpark has ever experienced that moment before, Pete?
No, I mean, there was a good buzz about it pretty much, I'd say through August of that year. Is he going to come back? I'm like, no, I think he's up in one of the suites drinking a beer right now.
Yeah. What created more minor league buzz? Bo's curveball or Tim Tebow?
Right.
Oh, man, come on.
I mean, if we can get him to put down the helmet nachos, maybe.
I am not putting down the
those
helmet
things are
nachos.
so good.
I hope y'all come back with those. I don't know if y'all, do you think those will be offered at the ballpark this year, Pete?
They're not going anywhere. There's even talk of walking tacos.
Oh.
So more to come on that, but it's basically going to be a Ziploc bag of either Cool Ranch or nacho cheese Doritos, where they'll put the hot toppings on the Ziploc bag in the concession stand and give you a fork, and then it's all up to you.
Okay, I'm loving this. We're visiting with Pete Laven, and we're talking beer and really good ballpark food as we get ready for the Braves season. We've told you about the helmet nachos, which are out of this world, and you can add like 15 toppings on it, and they're great with either a Dr. Pepper or a cold Coors Light. But they're obviously continuing to add to their F&B offerings, so we're excited about that. Pete Laven on the Shinerbot guest line. Now, Pete, what about you and your team, Chris Harris and that crew, were kind enough to allow us to have some players in the studio 2 years ago. One of them being Drew Waters, who I thought was fantastic. He was you and Drew were part of our Stacking Racks Ribs Challenge, where y'all tore into some good food and judged and so on. What's the latest on our man Drew Waters, who is considered a top 5 prospect within the Atlanta Braves organization?
Drew's trajectory is really still very high. Unfortunately with last year he was, looking to be slated for AAA. And, now he's in big league camp, of course, and he'll surely get a lot of time in the big league games, a lot of ABs. And, if I had to guess, he'd probably start the season in Gwinnett AAA due to, not having the season last year. But, after that, it'll just be his performance. He's still, as you said, one of the top prospects in all of baseball. And, you'll be able to watch him on TV with the Atlanta Braves in the very near future.
Good. Man, I really enjoyed hanging out with him. We're talking about Drew Waters, outfielder for in the Atlanta Braves organization. He's from Georgia. It's kind of cool. Homegrown kid. And drafted by the Braves, and at 19 or 20 was already with the Braves 2 years ago. And as Pete just told us, he'll be with AAA and may have a shot to make the big league team in the next year or so, which is super exciting. He was respectful, fun, cool guy to hang around. Blake, who was the pitcher? Pete, do you remember? Who was the pitcher we had in? That dude was huge. From Texas?
Yeah, Kyle Muller.
Yes.
Kyle Muller.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. He was a
Yeah.
good dude, too. He did a great job on the show. We'll have to grab a couple more guys Well, that's what we'll do. We'll do another. Why not? We'll do another eating contest. And
There you go.
Pete and another player can be can be a judge. Blake, is anything on your mind over there, Wildman?
Well, yeah. With you guys doing your full, well, not full, but like having a real season and everything like that, what are you anticipating being able to do other events or things around, in the park and do? I know y'all have done other things around the baseball season,
Like Target Golf, they just announced.
So like
yesterday
you
again.
guys are going to be able to do more stuff in the stadium too this season, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll never say there's anything good about the pandemic or the lost 2020 season, but we did have to get kind of creative and learn how to do some other things. And like you mentioned, the Target Golf, presented by Edwin Watts Golf, is coming back for the 4 straight Thirsty Thursdays in March. We're going to do the Target Golf from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Thirsty Thursday beer prices and hot dogs in the picnic pavilion. We had no idea what we were doing when we did it in October, and people loved it. And, we decided we have to bring this back. And with the season being pushed back a few weeks, it's no better time. We decided after this college game, we'll bring back some Target Golf. The weather should be great through March and the first week of April. So we're going to do that. And then, I love the fact that you guys were talking baseball, live music today. We'd love to, have another big concert at our place once the tours get up and running again.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Mix that in with our season. We're a year-round venue, so just beyond the 60 games, we want to, offer, the community some options to come out and have fun.
Super cool. All right, let me let our listeners know this. So this is what Pete's referencing. Target Golf returns to the M Braves ballpark March 11th and March 18th, March 25th, and April 1st, presented by Edwin Watts Golf Shop. All right. And it is a super cool, unique golfing experience, 9-hole target style course, great for golfers of all ability levels, with the tee boxes up on elevated platforms.
That's so awesome.
This is where it gets cool. Beneath their giant scoreboard in the left field, and then you aim for targets to win prizes from the M Braves, from Edwin Watts Golf Shop, Bass Pro, Waffle House, and all sorts of other partners that the M Braves. It was very, very successful, and you'll want to check that out so that you can jump in once again. So Target Golf is back at the M Braves ballpark March 11th, 18th, 25th, and April 1st. Blake?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool.
I guess I somehow missed that during October. I guess we were still doing football, so I was probably locked into football. But that's
well, Dak
that
Prescott got injured, and you
true.
lost your mind.
Yeah.
So it's okay that you missed that.
yeah, I was irate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dark fall for me.
I understand.
Yeah,
Pete?
Blake, one of the holes has a big inflatable donut around the pin, so if you hit the donut, you win a dozen from the donut factory. So
I'm out. I'm
you
there.
can just take at that, I'll get off.
I'm there. I may just throw it at it, but I'll get it.
Oh, Target
That's
Golf.
encouraged.
Target Golf out at the M Braves ballpark, presented by Edwin Watts Golf Shop. Golfers of all ages and abilities will be able to experience golf like never before. Also want to make sure you know that the M Braves will have 60 home games, all kinds of options for season tickets, grabbing a suite, birthday parties, celebrating and thanking your clients or your employees. Pete and their team have all sorts of options in and around the ballpark that you can rent. Plus, every seat in the stadium is great. Every single chair back, you're right there. So we're excited. They're going to do some college baseball. They're going to do the Target Golf and 60 home games out in Pearl. AA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. You know all the awesome players that have gone through the M Braves team to get to Atlanta, including Acuna, among many, and hopefully Drew Waters and so on. Blake, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, Brett, I know that you guys didn't get the Governor's Cup like you thought you were, or not maybe thought, but like how it normally goes, Pete. So how important was it to be able to at least get some college baseball at the park this season, given that's kind of been a staple of y'all's over the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, we're real happy we're getting this game in tonight, especially since, it got pushed back a day because of the weather. But, like you said, so many of our fans, it's kind of the prelude to our season, It's the anticipation of our opening day, and the Governor's Cup, of course, is always the biggest crowd all season long. And to be off, so many Southern Miss and Mississippi State fans in this region, and that's all they've been talking about for 2 weeks. That combined with the release of our schedule, and we're super happy to get this game in tonight, and it should be a lot of fun. Just a lot of people that haven't been able to watch live baseball in the Jackson metro area in so long.
Sure. All right. Hey, Pete, tell people where they can go to find out more about the M Braves, whether it's season tickets, renting a suite, the other areas that you can rent, clients, employees, birthday parties, and so on.
Just go to our website, MississippiBraves.com, and sign up for our new e-newsletter. Chris Harris does a great job of sending out. It's called the Smoke Signals, and he's sending out something, almost twice a week nowadays with, anywhere from updates on the college game to, our season, to things like target golf and our party areas, the COVID protocols you can expect when our season starts, and so on. So get that, and the information will come right to you. And check out our Facebook page as well.
All right, so MississippiBraves.com, and you can find them on Facebook, Mississippi Braves. They'll have 60 home games, nachos, cold beer, Dr. Pepper, really good baseball in a beautiful venue and stadium. And don't forget about Target Golf. I mean, that's right around the corner. It's already March 3rd or something. Yeah. So that's March 11th. Okay, week from Thursday. There we go. March 11th, 18th, 25th, April 1. Target Golf out at the M Braves ballpark in Pearl, presented by Edwin Watts Golf. Pete Laven, general manager of the Mississippi Braves, AA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, on the Shiner Bach guest line. Pete, we'll see you a little bit later today, and I know that we'll do this throughout the season. Thanks so much for your time. Be good, bud.
Yeah, thanks a lot. See you tonight.
Thanks, Pete. Pete Laven, general manager, Mississippi Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, kicking off Target Golf March 11th, MississippiBraves.com. And then you got Mississippi State and Southern Miss tonight at 6 o'clock in Pearl. 6 o'clock in Pearl. Dogs, Golden Eagles.
Just saw a tweet that said 8 minutes ago they had 50 tickets left. I don't know how much that's changed in the last 8 minutes,
right.
But I would guess if you haven't called now, you might be running out of time.
Okay, so it'll be a sellout for the tickets that are provided.
And 50% is close to it's going to be in 3 and change, because I think the most that they've ever done is 7 and change. So I would think 3 and change would be the 50% capacity.
So 3,500, give or take.
Yeah,
good.
That'll
be a great crowd tonight for Southern Miss, who has an outstanding program, and Scott Berry, and then
all the pressure
Chris
on
Lamonis.
Mississippi State, right?
No question. No question. I mean, this is Southern Miss. Look, I mean, this is a World Series type game, other than them going to the regionals, and they don't just want it. They want it bad, because anytime they play Mississippi State and Ole Miss, it's a big deal.
Yeah, because right or wrong, those kids on the Southern team probably feel slighted.
Yeah.
Whether they were or weren't is irrelevant. It's
Sure.
It's the chip on the shoulder mentality.
And they know a lot of these guys. They played ball against them, and they've gotten hits off of them in junior.
Exactly.
Junior high baseball isn't really a junior, but in travel ball at some point, or high school baseball.
Yep.
And so you're damn right, they're ready to roll. So it should be a heck of a time tonight. We know what Governor Reeves did, opening up the state even more, which is super exciting for all events and festivals, right? I mean, think about it. All the festivals that are thrown around the state of Mississippi, I mean, the arts festivals, music festivals, charity festivals. The list goes on and on.
It should be great for the spring weekends, right? That we talk about, like Super Bowl weekend and Double Decker and all those for State and Ole Miss.
Juke Joint Festival in Clarksdale and all the other fun stuff that the local communities throw and thrive on as far as small businesses. Very, very exciting. All right, let's switch gears one more time here, Blake, as we wrap up the show. I thought Brad Henderson, we've never had him on. His first year was last year, but that was cut short as the Ole Miss color analyst in baseball. And he did 17 games, and now he's back in his second year, kind of. And he was a phenomenal player at Ole Miss, and you can tell he's having a good time. So Brad Henderson is the voice, not the voice. He's the Ole Miss baseball color analyst. That was cool. That was fun. It was a good interview, and he was able to tell you a little bit about the team, Clement, Lafferty, kind of their personalities, Bianco, and so on. And then, drop some Tim Elko. We didn't get into Hoagland, Nikhazy, and Diamond, but we will. As we have Brad Henderson on throughout the year. They play Jackson State today, but that was fun. If you missed the Brad Henderson interview, two-time All-SEC baseball player at Ole Miss, go to Apple Podcasts and search the Out of Bounds Show. Our podcast is also on Spotify and Podbean, and it's on the Out of Bounds radio app. So it's everywhere. You can also watch the interview on Facebook. Search the Out of Bounds Show, because we were rolling the webcast and the cameras. YouTube is Out of Bounds Sports. Facebook is the Out of Bounds Show. And Apple Podcast is the Out of Bounds Show. Thank you so much, by the way, for going back and listening to when y'all do whether you're on the treadmill, whether you're traveling as a salesman, you're walking in your neighborhood, you're working out at the Madison Healthplex. Thanks for going back, listening to the show. Sometimes we're doing some serious breaking down sports, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's a bunch of nonsense and a little bit of everything in between. But we appreciate you hitting the podcast. Our numbers continue to grow, and we had a monster 2020, and the app was actually absolutely torched in 2020, and we just redid it, and just redid it again, actually, added to it. So you'll need to go back and upgrade it. What's it called? Is it upgrade?
Just update. Yeah.
Update it.
Yeah.
Update the app, within your little settings and Apple app, or if you're a nerd like Blake, you can be in your How do you are we on Google Play or something? Okay.
Any non-Apple usually use Google
Android,
Play.
Google Play, whatever it's called.
Yep, it's the same thing. Is there a better gig than getting to play at an SEC school and then turn around and be the color guy? I mean, if Brad handles this right, he could have that job for the rest of his life.
Sure.
That's a good gig, getting to watch your alma mater play baseball and get paid to do it.
He made a good point. It's even better when you're a top 10 team.
Facts.
These two teams are loaded.
Yes.
And
not a lot of blowouts going against you.
Yeah.
When you're doing that job.
It's just either fringe or legitimate Major League Baseball prospects everywhere on the roster, and that's pretty cool. Enjoy Mississippi State, Southern Miss tonight, Ole Miss, Jackson State in baseball. Please hit the podcast. Would love for you to subscribe. Apple Podcasts, search the Out of Bounds Show. Would love for you to go to our YouTube page. We're really getting into that. YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. Facebook page, search the Out of Bounds Show. Instagram, @Bo_Bounds. And Twitter, @BoBounds. All right. Good show today. For Blake Mania, I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Thanks for listening to the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shop on County Line Road. Hey, don't forget about lunch at Live Oaks at Roosevelt's. That Philly cheesesteak sandwich at Roosevelt's. Live Oaks Golf Club. Their cheeseburger and wings are delicious, too. Roosevelt's at Live Oaks Golf Club.